All right, good morning, my lovely students. Today we will proceed with our Unit 11. Uh, let me share with you the page, but before proceeding, we will have a quick revision regarding what we started yesterday and about the introduction of the unit in order to proceed our analysis for the text. So just bear with me until I share with you the page, and it is stated in your students book. So grab your students book because we are going to read from them and open them on page 136. 136. Okay, I believe that you guys have the screen in front of you now. So who can tell me what is the title of our unit? And please raise your hand. I'll be a participation class. Raise your hand in order to tell me what is the title of our unit in here, Caroline.
Crime time.
Crime time. Thank you, dear. Okay, what is the definition of the word crime? What is when I say crime in English? Okay, what is the definition of the word crime? Okay, let me see students in here. Do we have hands? Yes, yes, Sultan.
Yes, teacher. Teacher, we see a person or a hand breaking the car of the glass of the car. So he's trying to robbing it or to kill someone in it.
Okay, but my question was, what is the definition of the word crime in here?
Oh, sorry. I thought what's the different? What the
Okay, okay. Can you tell me? Do you
Yes.
know the answer?
What the word crime is when someone or person does do something wrong.
Yes.
So so the judgment is on him, but to get punished for the mistake that he has done.
Thank you, dear. So it is the action, the act of doing something wrong. The action of doing something wrong. Thank you, Ya Sultan. Let's go now to our next page, which is page 136. So please, everybody, open your books to page 136 and let's have a quick look or glance at the words we explained yesterday. Here, the first word, who is talking? Lean, is there anything wrong?
No, teacher, I wanted to participate. I'm not the one who opened my mic.
Oh, okay, all right. So go ahead, Yalin. Word number one, which is judge. Do you know what's the meaning of judge?
Yes, teacher. It's the person who is usually in court
Uh-huh.
to give the convict their punishment.
Thank you, dear. What about the word convict? Yeah, let me see hands. Convict. Malak. Malak, are you here? Okay, we'll go to Isa.
تيجي المحكوم عليه يعني المتهم.
Yes, Oh, I think, yeah, Malak, there is something wrong with your mic, huh? Yes, thank you, عيسى اللي هو الشخص اللي بيحكموا على because he committed something wrong because he committed something wrong. Thank you. Number 3 in here, which is arsonist. Arsonist. What do we mean by the word arsonist? Let me see hands, Maya. Maya.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. The word arsonist.
Teacher, I don't know this one. Can I do the fourth, please?
Can we do this, please?
Okay, let me have Mary.
Teacher, arsonist is a person who sets fire on purpose.
Thank you. Who sets fire on purpose. So he is the one who commits an arson. He is the one who commits an arson, and we mean by arson is the fire. Thank you, ya Mary. Maya, number 4.
Yes teacher. Detective اللي هو محقق هو good guy.
Okay, good guy, but I want the definition. The one who, what? What does he do?
Oh, he solves
Let
cases
Maya
with the
answer,
police.
please. Yes. He
Yes,
what?
he solves cases.
Yes, he can solve cases and he can investigate in order to give us the details regarding the crime that the convict committed. Okay, thank you. Let's go to number 5 in here. Let's go to number 5 and I'll have, we have Ramis. Yalla Ramis.
Yes, teacher. A vandal, teacher, it's someone that make havoc in some place.
Someone that makes what?
بس havoc تخريب يعني.
Oh, okay, thank you. Who destroys and damages other people's properties. حكينا ممتلكات الآخرين, right? So اللي هو المخرب, الشخص المخرب, the one who destroys and damages other people's properties. Thank you, ya Ramiz, and we'll go to the last word in here, and I'll have Julie. Yalla ya Julie.
Yes, teacher. Guard, it's someone who protects something or someone.
يعني عليكي someone who protects something or someone اللي هو الحارس. Thank you, dears. We'll go now to the word focus, and we discussed 3 words yesterday. Who would like to read the first one and explain it for me quickly? I'll have in here, let me see hands. It's a participation class. Do we have new hands? Lean, go ahead. Can you do it? The first one. Lean, are you here?
Yes, teacher. I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Alcatraz, a notorious island prison in San Francisco Bay.
And what do we mean by notorious?
Teacher, we said no. Askari. I'm sorry, I forgot
Can
what
I
the
tell
meaning
you?
of the word.
Notorious. Who can help her? Yes.
A bad reputation.
Yes, it is something famous for a bad reputation in a negative way. Okay, something that is famous in a negative way. And why we said that? Because we are talking about a prison. A prison. Where is Alcatraz? Okay, located. Where is it located? In
San Francisco Bay.
Yes, in San Francisco Bay. And where it is? Yeah, Lynn. It's in California. Where? In what state? Yes, in what country?
In the US.
In the US, in the United States. Thank you, dear. Let's go to word number 2. Ya Sultan.
Yes, teacher. Memorabilia.
Memorabilia.
Memorabilia. Objects that are collected because they are thought to be very interesting.
Thank you. Can you explain it?
Yes, teacher. بس بالعربي ولا بالإنجليزي?
In English, dear.
Okay. English teacher memorabilia means that some things that people go to search for it and collect it because maybe they are rare or very old and they get high prices so they can sell it and get rich.
Yeah, Nalik. Thank you, dear. Okay, in Arabic, it's التذكارات. Thank you. Let's go to the third word in here.
مع إني متأكد إنه مش هيك بس أنا لما ببحث teacher when I found out in Google a meaning of a word I find out in English بس شفت إنه معناها الأثرات مش تذكارات.
التذكارات أو الأثرات. I told you that for one word we may have more than one meaning according to the lesson or to the text or to the sentence that we are having.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, dear. Let's go to word number 3 in here, and I'll have, let me see. فادي رزوق, يلا يا فادي.
Yes, teacher. Paranormal, impossible to explain by natural forces or by science.
Okay, can you explain it in your own words?
Yes, it's something not in ايش يعني بالطبيعة انه بالعادة يصير.
In nature.
لا مش بالطبيعة يعني ايش مش بالعادة
Usually.
يصير.
Okay, usually.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
It's not usually to be, and it's so weird that science can't be explained. That science can't explain it.
يعني عليك. Thank you. So paranormal, it means abnormal, okay? in Arabic إشي خارق, okay? So it is impossible to be explained. We cannot, okay, our minds, our brains can't understand it because it is over the natural forces, and even science, they cannot explain it, okay? اللي هو إشي فوق الطبيعة أو خارق. Thank you, dears. Yes, these were the words that we have to take into consideration and understand in order to understand better our text that we are going to be reading. But before reading our text, before starting to analyze our text in here, we have to check the exam close-up. What is it about? Identifying different sections in a text. So, from its title in here, we know that our text, and especially the students who prepared, اللي حضروا الدرس, they noticed that our text in here consists of sections, parts, okay, أجزاء. So, what do we have to do in order to understand our text in here? Let's have a student in order to read the first point, and then we will explain. Let's see in here. Who do we have? Who would like to read? Yalla. Let me see hands. Mary, Maya. Tulin, go ahead, dear.
Yes, teacher. When answering questions about a text that is made up of different sections, remember to read the whole of the text for guessed first.
Thank you, dear. So here, look at this point. When answering a question, so there will be a couple of big questions in order to answer them. But before that, do you guys remember when I explained to you the difference between two words, which are, I told you, skim the text or scan the text? So here, for the first time, we are going to skim the text, and we skim the text in order to take or to have the main idea of the text. So we have first to skim the text in order to have the main idea about it, so we can after that answer the questions regarding our text. Point number 2 اللي هي in Arabic انه انا عمالي اقرا اوكي بس بسوي skimming عشان اخذ المين idea, and then I will scan the text in order to answer the details for the questions, to answer in details the questions that I have. Let's go to number 2, point number 2 in here, and I'll have قصي. يلا يا قصي, read.
Yes, teacher. Read each questions carefully and then go directly to the rel- relevant se- relevant section in the text.
And the text. Thank you, dear. Read each question carefully. So after skimming our text in here and knowing the main idea, okay, of the text, we will go to the questions and we have to read them carefully, and then we go to the text, okay, to the parts of the text, to the sections that we have according the text, and we get the answer from the relevant section. Relevant here, it means that الصلة, okay, that الصلة, part that الصلة, which is the part which is connected to that question in order to answer my question. So after, okay, reading the text carefully one more time, okay, we go to the questions and we connect the question with the section, okay, with the relevant, with the connected section with the relevant اللي هو الجزء ذات الصلة in order to answer our questions. Let's go to point number 3 in here. Do we have new hands? William, can you read, please? Read the answers.
Yes, teacher. Read the answer carefully and check your chosen answer.
Yes.
Okay. Against the relevant section of the next
Of the
text عفوا.
text. Thank you, dear. Okay, read the answers carefully. After matching, after connecting your question with the relevant section, okay, we have to, okay, read the answers carefully and to check if they are, okay, connected with the sections that we have in order to see if our answers are true or not, if our answers are true or not. Okay, thank you, dears. Let's go now to our text and start reading it. Okay, but before that, let me see in here. Before going to our text in here, I want you to look at the photo that we have.
تيتشر
Yes, teacher.
بس آسف على المقاطعة، أنا جورج حبيس. بس قبل 10 دقائق طلعني من الحصة وبدي أعمل جون مش قابل يدخلني، فأنا هسه دخلت.
Okay, no problem, dear. Thank you for telling me. All right, let's all look at the photo in here. Okay, let's all look at the picture. What do you guys see? Who can tell me? What is this? Okay, what is this? Let me see hands. Yalla, Eden. Yes, Mary.
Teacher, here we have a house and we have jail bars. Someone's hand on jail bars.
All right, thank
Yes.
you. Yes, thank you, dear. Yes, who else? Who can tell me, ya Malak? Malak?
Teacher, can you hear me now?
Who are you?
Teacher, I'm Malak.
Oh, okay.
I was having
Yes.
trouble with the internet at the beginning of the
Okay,
class.
okay, dear. It's okay. Okay. Yes.
Teacher,
Can you
I
tell me
see
what?
like an
Can
old
you tell me what
creepy
you
and
see in the
abandoned
picture?
house. Like an old house, like someone who like abandoned the house and it's old.
Yes, it's an abandoning house. Yes, thank you. An old house. Thank you, dear. Okay. Who can tell me the title of our lesson in here, of our text? The title of our text in here, yeah. Let me see. Fadi?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, can you please higher your voice? I can't hear you very well.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, dear.
LittleDean in LittleDean jail.
LittleDean jail. Yes, LittleDean jail. Okay, can you read what's written here?
Yes.
If it's not clear from the screen, you can read it from your book. It's on page 136.
No, it's clear.
Okay, go ahead, dear.
LittleDean NR Tenderford, right?
Yes. Okay, Cinderford, Royal.
Royal Forest of Dean.
Yes.
GL14 3NL. Telephone 01594826659.
Thank you, Fadi. Let me ask you a question. What is this?
Maybe it's an address.
Yeah, Narek. Yes, this is the address of the LittleDean jail. It's the address of the LittleDean jail. Okay, let's look at the address together, students. Let's look at it. It's LittleDean NR, and here NR it's an abbreviation, اختصار for the word nearly بجانب. Okay, Cinderford, Royal Forest of Dean GLOS, okay, and these are places, okay, so this is the location, the address of the LittleDean jail, okay, and we have also here a telephone number which is 01594 826659. Okay, so here we have the name or the title, the name of this place, which is stated in the picture, which is LittleDean Jail, and we have also the address, the location, and how can we get there, the location of this jail. All right, before proceeding with our reading, let me show you a couple of pictures regarding this jail, regarding this location, regarding this place. Let me see in here. This is the picture of it as a whole. See how huge it is. See how massive it is. Okay. Let's have another picture in here. This is the entrance, البوابة. Okay, the gate, the main gate of that LittleDean jail. Let's look at another picture in here. We said that we have memorabilia اللي هي تذكارات. Okay, so this is a shape of someone. Okay, and it was as they inserted as a memorabilia, an object that was okay, maybe made or collected because they thought it is a very interesting thing in order to keep. Let's have a look at another picture in here. Okay, let's look at this one. See how was the police car back then. Okay, see how was it back then. And let's have a look at this picture also, the last picture, and if you look at it you can see clothes in here. So what are these clothes about? Who can tell me?
Uniforms for the prisoners.
يعني عليك. Yes, these are the clothes that were the prisoners wearing when they were at LittleDean jail. And here we can see a couple of pictures for people, maybe for the prisoners who were there or the people who worked there. And these are here in the glass box. We can also see the uniform of the policemen, and some weapons in here and other stuff. Thank you, dears. Let's go now to our text in order to proceed in reading and analyzing our text in here. So who would like to start reading? Please raise your hands in order to choose from you guys. And I want new students. Abdullah, good morning, dear. Go ahead. Known
as the Alcatraz of the forest. Due to its location in the forest of Dean, the Little Dean jail is now home to a unique museum of crime.
Yeah, thank you, Abdullah. Let's go back to it. Known as the Alcatraz of the forest. So why did they call it Alcatraz of the forest? Because it is located due to its location in the forest of Dean. Okay, because it is located in a forest. That's why they call it Alcatraz of the forest. LittleDean jail is now home to a unique museum. So it is no longer a jail. It is a museum of crime. So what is, ya Abdullah, the meaning of a museum?
متحف
المتحف. Okay, can you tell me the meaning of it in English? Okay.
Yes, it's maybe like a big house that.
Yes.
A place, or let's say a building that contains historical things.
يعني عليك.
Or memorabilia.
Yes, memorable things, memorabilia. Yes, so it is a place where we keep historical things or memorabilia. Thank you, ya Abdullah. Let's go to the first section because we said that our text contains many sections. The first section is about who can read. I want the title, and before proceeding with the title, with the reading, I want to explain the title. So the title is about history and mystery. History and mystery. So who can tell me what's the meaning of history? Okay, guys.
تاريخ.
التاريخ
It's something that is old.
التاريخ. So it
تاريخي.
is something that is old or events, okay, that happened in the past, right? And what about mystery?
غموض.
مثل لغز أو سر.
يعني عليكم انه اشي it is in the imagination او اللي هي it's a fable او انه اشي اللي هو اسطوري. So what is the difference between history and mystery?
Teacher, history is known while mystery is not.
And also there is another difference, which is history is real events, okay, انه اشي حصل في الواقع. But mystery, okay, you can imagine it, you don't know if it's a real thing. تمام. So this is the difference between history and mystery. Let's have a student in order to read the first paragraph in here in order to explain it. Let me see here, and I'll have go ahead, yeah, Julie, start reading here. When it was Julie, there's something wrong with your mic, I believe. I'll have Lean. Go ahead, yeah, Lean. When it was
originally built in 1791, LittleDean was most up-to-date prison of all time. In 1854, the jail became a police station, and from 1874, it also served as a courthouse. The police station was closed in 1972, and the last court session was held there in 1985.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Let's have another student in order to continue the paragraph in here. Yalla, I'll have Mary. Go ahead. Mary.
Teacher?
Yes.
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes. The following year.
Oh, the following year it was sold to an insurance company. Then in 2003, the jail was bought by its present owners, who had it turned into their home and a museum to house one of the world's largest private collections of crime memorabilia.
Thank you, dear. So let's go to the first paragraph in here. Yes.
Teacher, أنا جولي كان المايك معلق.
Okay, all right, I can understand that. Thank you, dear, for telling me. When it was originally built in 1791, so when was it built? When was LittleDean Jail built? In 1791. Thank you, dears. LittleDean was the most up-to-date prison of its time. In 1854, the jail became a police station. So is it any longer a jail?
No, it's a police station.
It's a police station, and it served as a courthouse. What's the meaning of a courthouse?
اللي هي ملعب
محكمة؟
تنس.
لا، كورت هاوس ملعب تنس
زي المحكمة
اللي هي المحكمة. يس اوكي. الكورت لحاله اللي هو الملعب. تمام. But here we have this collocation which is the courthouse اللي هي اجت بمعنى المحكمة. The police station was closed, and okay, the last court session. What's the meaning of session?
جلسة.
الجلسة. Thank you. اللي هي المحاكمة. Yes. Was held there in 1985. The following year, it was sold to an insurance company. What's the meaning of insurance company?
شركة تأمين.
شركة تأمين. Thank you, dears. Yes. Then, in 2003, the jail was bought by its present owner. So now we have an owner. Okay. What did he do with it? Let's see. Who had it turned into their home. So he lived in it. Okay. It was their home and a museum to house one of the world's largest private collections of crime memorabilia. So someone, okay, bought it and he lived in it, and he turned it into a museum. What does this museum contain? It contains crime memorabilia اللي هي الأشياء أو الأوبجكتس اللي تخص الكرايم والجريمة and anything that was in the jail. Unfortunately, our time is up for today's class. We will proceed with analyzing our text in the next class, I mean tomorrow. So please prepare the rest of the text and answer the questions on page 137. And for the meanwhile, I will leave you for the next class, and you guys have a nice